What is up, everyone? Coffee Break is back with another video here. This video is actually sponsored by SimBull. Yes, SimBull is the stock market for sports that allows you to trade sports teams like stocks and earn cash payouts when your team wins. SimBull has blended sports and the stock market to offer you a new way to invest in and profit off of your favorite teams without the high fees and high losses of gambling. Use your sports knowledge to buy low and sell high and earn cash payouts when your teams win. Join the 2,000 plus early adapters who have started to invest in their favorite teams. Visit www.simbull.app or visit the link in the description below to create a free account. And when you deposit, make sure to use promo code CoffeeBreak. That's promo code CoffeeBreak. Coffee Break, all one word, for a $10 deposit bonus and buy a share of your favorite team. It doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite team. It could be a team that's up and coming. Maybe you want to invest in the New York Jets, who's up and coming. You think Robert Sala's going to take them to the promised land. Start early, but should be fun. We already watched the game. Why not make some money doing it? Again, visit simbull.app and use the promo code CoffeeBreak for a $10 deposit bonus to help build your portfolio. Start investing in your favorite teams so that when they win, you win. Now let's kick off the show. All right, Niner fans. Free agency did in fact heat up. The Niners did make some moves since my previous video on Saturday, Sunday. So now let's talk about what the 49ers have done so far, at least as of, 5:30-ish Monday afternoon. So let's start with fullback Kyle Juszczyk. That was kind of the news that dropped early Sunday morning. And we got the news the 49ers and fullback Kyle Juszczyk came into an agreement, 5-year deal worth up to $27 million. Now the 49ers do have some outs in there in like 2023, and it's very backloaded. The first 2 years of his contract, we're looking at possibly $2 to $3 million a year for a fullback of his caliber. I mean, Parag Marathe, again, the guy who kind of constructs these contracts, has done another amazing job at it. And I know a lot of fans love to praise him. He does make mistakes. I mean, how can you allow D4 to get away with that, or a guy like Weston Richburg? But injuries always come up. So this contract is very backloaded, friendly for the 49ers, at least for the first 2 years. When we're talking about the amount of cap space the Niners currently have, this is the type of deal that gets done, and how it's constructed is important as well. So having your fullback back, I mean, it's incredible. Not only what he does in the run game, we already know I'm not saying like he carries the ball, but he is an amazing blocker, and he's very underrated when it comes to the pass game. Like, he is sneaky good with his hands, and this is the part of the value where if Juszczyk hadn't signed, you would miss in the backfield, because right now, you have Raheem Mostert, but he brings that element of surprise to defenses, and it's very rare when you have a fullback of that caliber, the most dynamic fullback that I know. So signing him, keeping him here in San Francisco was a priority, and I'm glad John Lynch was able to get that done. It looks like the 49ers front office had a little fun, at least this weekend. There were some drunk tweets sent, like, it was crazy, but people thought they were getting hacked. Nah, this was real. And John Lynch, what did he tweet? Niner fans, you want some juice? Well, he was talking about Juszczyk. He wasn't talking about orange juice. So that was a good sign there. Now moving on to Monday, the 49ers got a little bit busy. They signed cornerback Jason Verrett to a 1-year deal worth $5.5 million. That is another huge signing, because we're just looking at Emmanuel Mosley and I know I'm forgetting someone else that's in our roster right now at corner. We needed to sign another corner, and Verrett was kind of one of my targets. Look, he played fantastic when he's healthy, and this is a 1-year contract, another prove-it deal for Verrett. He's kind of betting on himself yet again. The reports also said that Verrett had offers for a multi-year deal, but he settled with the Niners on a 1-year deal, which says a lot. I mean, one, he thinks he could do better. He thinks he can maximize his earnings playing consistently, maybe even making the Pro Bowl if he plays that well. He's betting on himself to then capitalize next offseason. So I kind of respect that. And honestly, it just bodes well for the Niners and their position. They probably didn't want to give Verrett a multi-year deal. Maybe they weren't comfortable giving him a 2-year deal, but yeah, it kind of worked out. So both parties happy at this point. So I'm glad Jason Verrett is able to come back for a year. Now we kind of have Verrett, E-Man. I do still think the Niners draft 1 or 2 corners. If they don't sign another one, for sure they're going to draft a corner. It's just a matter of, do they go high with it? Do they get a J.C. Horn, who I love, out of South Carolina? So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see about that. Now the 49ers were also making deals with some of their guys they currently have. D Ford restructured his deal with the Niners. Now, I'm not really into the cap space. I'm not into the cap money situation. I don't know how that actually works. I'm too dumb for it, unfortunately. But it turns out that they restructured the 2-year deal to save some money for this year for D Ford. Honestly, I thought D Ford was going to retire, and who knows if he even plays this year. Like, we just don't know. The uncertainty is out there, which is why the Niners went out and signed outside linebacker Samson Ebukam. I'm terrible at names. Ebukam, or I'm sorry, I'm butchering the name, but played for the Rams, drafted back in 2017, and so he's not going to be a sack leader on the team. He is very athletic, has some speed that gives a lot more speed at the defensive line, which was what the Niners were missing this past year, was just some sort of speed. Like D Ford, a guy like D Ford or Samson now, it just what brings that different element, and you throw different elements to these quarterbacks who are very smart. So he'll be great, like chasing down Kyler Murray, chasing down a Russell Wilson. So I'm pretty sure that's why the Niners wanted to bring him in. And plus, health. I mean, not a long history of injuries with this guy like previous Niners signings. So, this is kind of, you're trying to get into the head of the GM. Maybe they're trying to go more consistent with staying on the field. And Samson Ebukam brings that element. Sorry if I'm butchering the name there, but he signed a 2-year, $12 million deal. Again, he's not going to be a guy who's going to, lead the team in sacks. In fact, I think his highest year with sacks was this past year at 4.5. So you're looking at a 3 to 4 sack average a year for him. And I don't really think they brought him here for that. I think they really just brought him here to be on the field. And so can play special teams and things like that. So he's very versatile in that aspect. But with this signing, makes me think maybe they're not going to go with Kerry Hyder Jr. They're taking it a different direction. Maybe they're still hoping D Ford comes back. Who freaking knows? But that's still a question mark. Like, I still think the Niners maybe draft another edge or I can see them getting a bargain deal with Ronald Blair. I know they released him, but you know, if the market ain't there for him, it's probably a smart thing to do to come back. So we'll see. I mean, we still have the Jets to worry about because they're going to run a similar system as we have here with Robert Saleh being the head coach out there. So I'm pretty sure Robert Saleh is looking at a lot of the defensive players that he had the past several years here in San Francisco and trying to bring them to the New York Jets. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of what the Niners have done, at least for Sunday to Monday. And so we'll wait it and see. There was no news for Trent Williams in this one, which was kind of shocking, surprisingly, in this case here, because we're talking about a top left tackle here. And, you know, the reports early Monday was that the Niners, the Colts, and Kansas City were all in trying to get the star left tackle. But turns out Kansas City went with Joe Thuney from I think he played for the Patriots. He's a guard more than anything. So they spent that money on the guard, and so now they're saying maybe they're out in Trent Williams. So now it pretty much comes down to San Francisco and the Colts being in on Trent Williams. The Colts obviously have the most cap space, so they probably have more money to offer him, which is a scary thought for San Francisco. And now you're hearing the Bears probably being in the mix. Who knows? But from me, I think it's just probably SF or the Colts. Like, if I'm Trent Williams, that makes the most sense. SF, you've already been here. You're familiar with Shanahan's system. The Colts, they probably have the more money to offer you, and they're also ready to win too. So he does have a couple options there available, and this is kind of going to be the home run signing for the Niners if they can get it done. If not, I think that this free agency is an average one, to be quite honest with you. We still looking for, you know, a good, just another corner to. Yeah, I love Verrett. E-Man, probably a solid backup. I don't know if you could put him in the slot. Maybe you can. Maybe he's able to guard those speedy receivers. But you still need another corner to go along with this group. And so we're waiting for the Trent Williams shoe to fall, of course. But the Niners aren't done, you know. Just stay tuned. The next 24 to 48 hours we're going to get some news one way or the other on Trent Williams. So stay tuned for that. But I guess the last thing I'll touch on is Kendrick Bourne, who signed with the New England Patriots. First of all, congrats, Kendrick Bourne. Undrafted, came here, balled out. At one point, won the starting position over Dante Pettis. Yeah, he started over Pettis, and I think he earned that right. Kendrick Bourne, like we've kind of seen him grow here, and I'll always love watching Bourne. And now that he's in the East Coast, it's going to be harder to watch him. But Bourne was able to do some really cool things here, and his personality really just stands out from a lot of players. And just you can see that he loves the game. So I'm sure New England fans are going to love him. I'm kind of sad that he had to go, but at the same time, I knew that this was going to probably happen, most likely. The Niners are either going to look for another receiver kind of to go in the slot, or they're going to draft someone, and I think they wanted to go a different direction anyways. But, yeah, I mean, wish Bourne the best out there in New England. Hope he balls out, man. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on the signing so far? Who would you want to get signed? The obvious one, Trent Williams. Who else? Go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching my video. And as always, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.